Well, anyway, we have a very special bird of the day this week because it is Pride Month. And what is the symbol of pride?
Unicorns!
Well, it's one of them. But on the pride flag, we have, of course, the rainbow colors. So I decided we were going to have a rainbow bird. So that means today's bird of the day is the rainbow lorikeet. Oh, look at that cutie.
He's so cute. Isn't that the bird
Ow.
in the movie Birds that caused those birds to go birdie?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, to be honest. I don't think it was a rainbow lorikeet in that movie. Didn't see anything about that in the research I did, so...
I'm probably wrong. Just ignore me. Continue on, sir.
But anyway, the rainbow lorikeet. I mean, look at that beautiful bird. We got almost the entire... They don't really have purple on them, but they got reds and oranges and yellows and greens and blues. They got a pretty big spectrum of colors. They're so beautiful.
They're so cute. I just want to cuddle them.
They're such beautiful birds. I love them so much. I love them so much. Let's learn a little bit more about them. Well, they are about 9.8 to 11.8 inches long. That's from beak to tip of tail. And then they have like a 15 to 24 inch wingspan. So that's actually a pretty good thing. It's like they actually vary, and then 2.6 to 5.5 ounces. So there's actually a decent amount of variance in them. But that variance is not based off of sex. It's basically from bird to bird, and maybe the region from where they live matters. There's the only way to tell the difference between the sex of these birds is by, which one is mounting the other. But even then, that's not always true, because sometimes males will mount males and females will mount females, because turns out gay birds are real.
Oh, shit, really?
It's seen behavior that, like, males will do the mating thing with other males, and like, oh yeah, it happens a lot more frequently than you'd think. But literally, like doing a DNA test or witnessing them like laying eggs is kind of one of the only ways to tell. Behavior wise and appearance wise, you can't really tell the difference between the males and the females.
So they don't have any like size differences where like the females are bigger than the males?
Nope. This is one of the species of bird where they are not sexually dimorphic. There's pretty much no way to tell.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, even like a visual inspection of their cloacas is really, really hard to tell.
So how do they tell?
That's a good question. Tell? They just kind of do. They have some sense.
Kind of do. Do you think they just have like sex with every other bird, and they're like,
probably?
They're like, I think this one's a female. Fuck.
Yeah. But as far as parrots go, they're not the longest lived parrots. In the wild, they're going to live between 12 to 15 years. And the oldest one in captivity was up to 30. But if you've got one in captivity, it's usually going to live about 20, 25 years.
So they don't mate for life. They're not.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, sorry.
I'll go on their mating stuff on the next screen. But you'll find out. You'll find out. So yeah, they're in the order Pistachiformes, which is all parrots, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the rest of those words down there. Yeah, I need to know their scientific classifications. But as you see, where are they naturally? Well, over there on the east coast of Australia. Nice to where they like to live. Pretty much all the way up there. So I guess if you live in a city in Australia, you're going to find them, unless you're in Perth. Although some have gotten to Perth as invasively, like brought there illegally, and they're trying to capture and relocate them because,
maybe invasive if they are on the same continent, like the same area. Like,
Australia is kind of big. Saying something that lives in California is just fine in Maine is not. No.
That's fair. That is very fair.
Yeah, I mean, Australia is about as big as continental U.S. It's just a big country.
Fuck. Oops. I didn't realize it was so big.
Yeah, it's big. So yeah, okay, fine. We'll go to the fourth point you're talking about. Yes, they'd mate for life. Once they find a mating pair, they will stick with them for the rest of their life.
It's because they don't want to find any more of those gay birds. They're like, oh, this one gets pregnant. Thank God, I can't go searching for more.
Yeah. Now, rather than building nests, I mean, they do bring a few sticks and twigs in there to kind of pad it out, but they like to find holes and stuff, and make their nest in there. So like inside of a tree cavity, or if there's like a little area, like even sometimes inside buildings, like if there's like a spot underneath like the roof or something where they can climb inside, they'll do that. Basically, nice enclosed safe spaces is where I like to raise their babies. And well, the baby eggs have been laid, and that's usually about 1 to 3 eggs per clutch. At most clutches are going to be 2, but very, very rare that you would ever see 4. The females do all the incubating, and while she is sitting on those eggs, keeping them warm, the male will go find food and bring it to her. So that's nice.
It's nice.
And then once the chicks are born, the parents both do the duties of feeding and raising the chicks and teaching them how to be little birds. So good dual parenting situation. I think like that.
So can we get back on the subject of gay birds for just a moment?
Of course.
So when they're saying they see male on male mating, first of all, how did they know they were both males? And then second of all, do same-sex pairs, because you say they mate for life, are there same-sex pairs that mate for life?
It's kind of a rare thing that's been seen where they were able to confirm that the 2 birds were males. But usually that's the case that they don't do that, because if there's no babies, then they usually like part of mating for light is, hey, I found a pair who is able to help, spread my seed.
Yeah, to
you
fill
will.
out.
So they probably would find a new mate if they found that their current mate doesn't lay eggs. They'd probably find a new mate. It's one of those things that isn't as well studied as it should be, because there just hasn't been a lot of research being put into it. It's getting better lately. The best, oddly enough, the animal that this was most studied and really became the first thing was seagulls. Hence the song "Lesbian Seagull." Everyone. The song "Lesbian Seagull" was written based off of real life seagulls. That's
fucking nutty.
Yeah.
Fuck seagulls also.
Yeah, listen to the one of the most recent episodes of Radiolab. They did a great episode on it. It's pretty good. But when they have made it up, they usually will live in pairs. But when they need to travel or where there's a lot of abundant food, you'll see some flocks of up to like 30 of them. So it's like...
That's crazy.
Like if there's a backyard or something where they know there's a ton of abundant food, you're going to see a million of these little guys. But
I fucking bet.
But mostly in the wild, they're just going to be like, okay, it's just you and me. But they'll still be social with other ones. It's kind of like, hey, we're going to live, together, but we're going to go see our friends on the weekend, stuff like that.
Sounds like a healthy relationship.
Yeah. And these guys are almost exclusively vegetarian, eating fruit, pollen, and nectar. They like their flowers and their fruits, tasty fruits.
Very nice.
And that's probably where they get a lot of their color from, the keratins and stuff from all those things. Would make sense to me.
That's crazy. Like, so if I was to feed one a different diet, would it be different colors, like a flamingo?
Possibly. I would think that you'd probably still get most of the colors in there, but like ones that match the color of the food you're feeding would probably end up being more vibrant.
I was gonna say, like, if I fed it Apple Jacks.
I don't know if that counts as fruit.
I don't think it does. I don't know how much color, like if I fed it a flamingo, like just straight up Apple Jacks, if it would turn like orange and green.
Now here's the interesting thing about them eating nectar. They are actually pollinators.
Oh, fuck yeah, pollinators, let's go.
They've got really weird shaped tongues, and that is specialized perfectly for eating pollen. And they'll like stick it in there, and it'll get like the little pollen bits. Then go to another flower, and that'll spread the pollen. So it's actually very nice, very good. But the thing is, because they love to eat fruit so much, they can be considered a pest at orchards. Places that grow a lot of fruit. They can come in and, like a flock could come in and strip a tree completely clean in an afternoon.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of birds, but...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but still.
Actually, you want to see a little bit of them in action?
Yes, please.
Yes. Good God.
Shit, look at them. Oh, are these the birds? I see these birds all the time when, like, I go to, like, one of those aviaries where you can feed the birds.
Yeah, you probably would, because they are, in terms of like their relationship to humans, they are not really afraid of humans. They are very social, and they don't mind being around humans at all. So it's like if you are in an aviary, they're probably going to be curious about you and not really afraid of you. God, just the constant sound. Just look at all of them. Look at all of them.
I think it was a bird shit.
Yeah, he's probably quite a lot of bird shit. But if you see, like, this is just in someone's backyard.
Oh my god, that's no offense, Corbett. That's too many birds.
Don't look at a starling swarm.
Oh, I've seen grackle swarms. That's why I'm like,
oh god, yeah,
massive amounts of birds.
Yeah, you've been in Texas before,
birds.
and you've seen a grackle swarm in Texas. I heard that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Just the sound. Okay, that's enough of that. Oof.
Too many birds.
Too many birds.
That's too many damn birds.
They are often kept as pets, but compared to a lot of other parrots, they actually don't make as good of pets as some other parrot species. They're just like, in terms of their temperament, they don't like being in captivity, and they don't handle it as well as like a cockatiel or a cockatoo or an African gray or something like that. They can still be pretty decent pets, but they need some kind of specialized care, and you need to have a mate. You never want to have a single one. You want to give it a mate. You want to have it be with its mate.
I see. Yeah, no, that would make sense.
And one funny thing is that some people is like, oh my god, is my parrot dead? Because it's lying on its back in the bottom of its cage. Nah, it's just how they sleep.
That's how I sleep too.
And apparently Lorikeet owners will make little hammocks for them, and they will climb into the hammock and sleep on their back, and it's just horrible.
Horrible. So I feel like if you can keep them, if they're easy to attract to your house, you probably don't have to keep them as pets, because you can just get a whole fucking like armada.
Yeah, you do it the person in that video did, and you regularly put out food for them and water for them, and if you build it, they will come.
You'd be like, there's too many birds.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the person there was just like reaching in and like adjusting the things. It's just like, yeah, it'd probably be pretty easy to feed the wild ones by hand. Right? Yeah, just
no interest in screaming into cups.
Screaming into cup, yeah. That is a cockatoo, which I still haven't done cockatoo as bird of the day yet. That's coming at some point.
How come?
I just haven't gotten around to it.
Jesus, Corvus!
Look, there's a lot of birds.
There's so many fucking birds.
But yeah. So my final thought on the rainbow lorikeet, I mean, God, I love them. They're just so cute. They're so cute. Friendly little. I mean, I have a soft spot for parrots in general. After corvids. After corvids, parrots are my favorite other type of bird. I love them so much. They have just such great personalities. They're so pretty.
I like with day 1. I wish I had a lorikeet and have put out food and water. Day 30. I wish I had fewer lorikeets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Day 2. This is far too many lorikeets.
Mm-hmm. And lorikeets, they're not, in terms of the intelligence scale, they're kind of on the lower side of it as far as parrots go. But that still makes them smarter than most birds. I mean, parrots are I would say parrot, actually pistachiforms, which is what the taxonomical order, which is like, as high up as you can go before being just bird. I would say they are the smartest overall order of birds. But corvids are a family within passerines. And so we're the smartest family, but there's a lot of really dumb passerines. All these little tiny songbirds. Hey, he's kind of dumb. Whereas all parrots are smart.
I feel like there has to be a correlation between how social a bird is and there should be a correlation between how social a bird is and how intelligent a bird is.
I would agree. I feel like there absolutely is that kind of correlation. I've noticed
which is why ostriches are stupid as shit.
Yeah, but they're still pretty social. But I mean, like penguins are usually pretty smart, and they live in giant colonies.
That's true.
Yeah,
but they don't have
penguins.
To build
Penguins
their
have displayed some pretty good intelligence, and so yeah, they're very social. God, I don't remember how intelligent the sociable weaver is. The sociable weaver is a bird that I covered a while back that literally build like giant apartment complexes for their nests, where it's like the nest will be like 20 feet across and house like
Mhm.
10,000 birds.
Well, and the thing is, I also heard that they build false entrances for snakes
Yeah.
because snakes want to eat their eggs and their chicks. So they'll build a false entrance for the snake to like go in and be like, I guess there's no food in here. And then the snake will fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
feel
I
like
think
that
they're
takes a
pretty
bit of
smart.
smarts.
Yeah. Yeah. Community means intelligence. I can see that. I'm just trying to think of a solitary bird that's really smart. It's like,
I'm
not
trying to
birds of
think of
prey. They're very specialized in what they do, but they're all kind of dumb. I'm sorry. Owls are not smart. They
You're
should not
breaking
be
my heart,
associated with
Corvus.
wisdom. They're very good hunters. They're very good at what they do, but they're kind of dumb.
Well, I mean, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the dumbest bird.
Just in
I
pure lack of intelligence. That's a good
Yeah, like you're
question.
kind of amazed that this bird even is able to feed itself. It's so stupid.
That's a real good question. I'm
Right?
gonna look
Because
it up and it's gonna be like the turkey. And it's like, no, turkeys are actually pretty smart.
I feel like chickens are pretty smart. I feel like they're smarter than we give them credit for.
Might be ostriches.
I'm convinced that ostriches are just dumb as
Oh,
shit.
you know what? It might be the kakapo.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Aren't those parrots though?
yeah, I guess they win the title for dumbest parrot.
That's so silly. Because they're also like endangered because they're so stupid.
Emu are pretty dumb.
Really, anything with that kind of eyeball to head ratio is going to be really stupid. It's not going to have a whole lot of brain power for thinking.
I bet the dodo is pretty dumb.
I think they were just easy to catch. I don't think they were dumb. I think they were just easy to catch.
Well, I think that's the problem with kakapos too. Is just is like they never had to deal with predators, and so they just
Right?
act dumb around predators because they don't have the experience of knowing to be afraid of them.
And they didn't have like enough fucking like time to evolve to be afraid of predators. Are kiwis smart?
I'd say average.
They have the biggest like eggs of any burb.
Compared to body size, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Like I've seen like a diagram.
Yeah,
like-
their egg is like a third of their body weight.
Yeah, it's fucking
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I know, I'm just like, why are you so big?
Anyway, we're going to call this bird of the day done because we got to move on. It's starting to get